Good morning, Sportsbiz. Zach Logsdon here. Thank you for joining me for day 2 of Good Morning Sportsbiz. Coming to you live from very cold Norman, Oklahoma today. The sun is shining bright and in my eyes. Talking today about saying no. I subscribe to a newsletter from a guy named David Baker. I would encourage you to, did you feel that? A little icy intersection there in the neighborhood. David Baker is a consultant that consults with agencies like Old Hat or like any marketing agency to help them better position themselves, and I subscribe to a newsletter from him. But every newsletter I get, his insights are valid for just about any and every industry, and there was one I read recently that I thought was very relevant to the athletics world, and that was the title of the email. The subject was "The One Thing That Is Holding You Back," and the subject, line definitely made you want to read the email. Everybody wants to know what is that one thing that's holding them back, and in his opinion was that we say yes to far too many things. And I think that nothing is more true for the athletics industry. I've been in this business for 20 years, and there's always a shiny new object that we either want to say yes to utilizing, or we're pushed to say yes by our peers or our colleagues or our bosses or our fans. This is new. We have to do this. This is going to change the world. But as you see, we've had multiple years as an industry of declining attendance, all while at the same time saying yes to all of these new shiny objects that is going to reverse that trend, and it's not working. So David's advice is to say no way more often, and that is my advice as well. We have to get in the habit of saying no to things, whether it's that new social media platform. That's the one that comes to mind. There's always some new social media platform, whether it's the loyalty program, whether it's the new app, because what it does is it just gives us something else to do, because it's not like every new thing we're given, we're also given additional resources to manage that thing. It'd be different if for every new, whether it's a social media platform or app or loyalty program, whatever it is, if we are given someone to manage that, but we're not, we're just given more to do. And what that does is make us do the other things we're supposed to do worse, because we can't spread our, we can't be great at everything we do when we're given that many things to do. So all it does is give us one more thing to try to do well, and if we do that one thing well, then the other things that we're supposed to do we don't do as well, because there are only so many hours in the day. So I would encourage all of us to figure out something this week, maybe today, so we can get the habit of it, of saying no. Figure out something today you can say no to, and then make that a habit from here on out. David also points out one thing that we do is we don't say no to ourselves enough. We get bored in our jobs, and so we look for something to add excitement. We look for something to make our jobs less boring, and we end up saying yes to ourselves to do things that we don't need to be doing. So David's encouragement there is not to do something new, say yes to something new, but say yes to doing what you're doing, or should be doing a little bit differently or a little bit better. I found that relevant as well. We get bored and we say yes to things that we're pushing ourselves to do that maybe we shouldn't So anyway, I was when I was in elementary school, it was during the Reagan administration, and the big thing then was the war on drugs and the Just Say No t-shirts, and I had a green Just Say No t-shirt. So I'm encouraging everyone today to act as if they're walking around wearing my green size youth medium, probably, I don't know, Just Say No t-shirt. So when something new comes along, you can look down, see your t-shirt, and say no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sacrifice the quality of the other things that I'm doing so we can add one more thing that probably isn't going to do us any good anyway. That is today's Good Morning Sports Biz idea, lesson, opinion, whatever you want to call it. I thank you for tuning in, and hope you will do so again tomorrow as I drive to work, hopefully with less sun in my eyes. Good morning, Sports Biz.